driving. So I'm not pedaling at all. See how fast we go here? Go get the gravel first. Okay.
What's up, y'all? So I received an electric cargo bike to review. So the bike that I received is a Zora Master Cargo bike, and this is only the second cargo bike that I review on this channel, so I will be referencing the other cargo bike that I reviewed quite a bit just to compare the two. Now, I don't know how much this bike weighs, but the net weight of this box is like 88 pounds. And the maximum weight of the rider on this cargo bike is 400 pounds. This bike is advertised to go 25 miles per hour. It has a 750 watt motor, 48 volt, 15 amp hour battery, advertised to go 60 miles per charge. Like the other cargo bike that I reviewed on this channel, there are a lot of like cargo components that you can get to this bike. Like you can get footboards if you want to ride with another adult passenger. There's different types of rear rack that you can also purchase. Let's say you want to ride with groceries on the back of your bike, or if you want to ride with your kids on the back of your bike, you can do that too. So a lot of different options regarding a cargo bike. To purchase this e-bike, feel free to use my link and my code in the description below to get a discount. So what we're going to do is we're going to unbox this, put this bike together. Hopefully they sent me some of these cargo components so I can try out a few different things. Like if they send me footboards, then I'll be riding maybe with my lady on the back of the bike to see what that's like. We're really going to test this bike out not only from an electric bike standpoint, but also from a cargo bike standpoint. Looks like they took a lot of effort to make sure that nothing arrived damaged with this bike. Look at all this wrapping they put on this thing. So this is what the bike looks like fresh out the box, and it is pretty pre-assembled. You see the headlight is already installed, the rear rack is already installed, and we have footboards. We have footboards that came already installed here, so that's pretty cool. And this bike came with a lot. Like, I didn't get all of this stuff when I got a cargo bike the last time. We have a front basket, that's what this is here. This and this is, we can put this on the front of our handlebar, that's the front basket here. We have a master fence, which I don't know if we're going to use in this video. So that's if you want to ride with a child on the back. They gave us a seat that we can put on the rear rack here for a passenger. We have this beefy kickstand, which is my favorite kickstand on any bike. This motorcycle style kickstand. Looks like we will have to put our 20 by 4 inch Innova all-terrain tire on, and I've never had a tire from Innova before, but I love the fact that this cargo bike has an all-terrain tire. The last cargo bike did not have an all-terrain tire, and I was riding on a rainy surface on that cargo bike and I fell. Bruh. Like, it was a pretty hard fall too, so I always think that a cargo bike should have all-terrain tires, especially if you have a passenger, just so that you can be more prepared. You don't know when you're going to hit a little wetness while you're riding your bike. You have a passenger on. So now see what's in these two boxes. Okay, we got rear view mirrors. Wow, man, they sent us everything. Pretty sure this other box has our battery charger in it. So it looks like this includes our owner's manual and our battery charger, and it will take 4 hours to charge your battery. Looking in our owner's manual, it doesn't look like they have pictures or anything, but it does look like it goes through all of our advanced settings on the display. This box also came with a wrench, a hexagon wrench set. So we got the full shebang here. Like, we got a lot to put together, but for this video, all I'm going to install is, of course, the front wheel. I'm going to install the front basket, going to install the front fender, the handlebar, which is already connected via wires here, and of course the kickstand. And that's what we're going to start with, just so that we can have the bike stand up on its own while we install everything else. Now, looks like our battery came separately. It came at the same time as we received our bike. To install this motorcycle style kickstand, we're basically going to unscrew these three, then we're going to match these 3 holes with these 3 holes in here. So to tighten these screws up, I'm going to turn my bike to the side a little bit. That way I can use this wrench to hold this in place on this side, and then I can use my hexagon wrench underneath to tighten it up. So I think I got these on pretty securely here, so I'm going to stand the bike back up now. So now we should be able to put the kickstand on here. Obviously you want to make sure your chain is inside of your kickstand. Got to take this out of the brake before we install the front wheel. Now the disc brake is so wide, I have to widen up the actual brake itself. I have to like open it up a little bit. Pretty wide disc brake there, but I think I got it in there now. So. So I won't be making this handlebar super tight right now because I will be adjusting the height of the handlebar later. So we're not going to put this tray on because they sent it to us. So we're going to unscrew these four and put this here and then screw them back and put the headlight at the end of the tray. The headlight, I don't see any way that this can gonna fit, and I've pulled this headlight as tight as I can. I don't see any way this headlight is gonna get through here without the wire being exposed. Because if I'm gonna put a basket on top of this, a steel basket, I'm not gonna want my wire up here. So I'm just gonna put my headlight back down here. We're going washer, fender, headlight. Okay. So after we get those in there, on the other side we're going to go washer, put the nut here, and I like my front fork off the wheel as much as possible. To prevent this from happening, which is the wire getting caught on this front basket when I make it right, what I'm going to do is put this behind here, and then I'm going to put a zip tie through here, around the back of the basket to make sure this wire stays in place. It might seem like overkill, but they sent it to me, so we're going to go ahead and install the rear view mirrors. First we want to loosen up these screws. So it looks like this is fully adjustable. You can turn it and everything, these rear view mirrors here. So we are about to adjust the height of my handlebar, so I'm going to loosen this up. And you got to unscrew this that's at the bottom of your handlebar here too in order to adjust the height. And in order to tighten this up, you do have to have 2 hexagon wrenches. We finally got this bike put together. It took us over an hour. I'd say like an hour and a half, 2 hours. The hardest part to put together was the kickstand. Part of the reason it took us so long is because it was hard to find clear instructions, like even when we looked on YouTube. So this bike is about 5 feet 10 inches long, a little bit less than 5 feet 10 inches. The seat at its lowest point from the floor is 2 feet 8 inches, and the handlebar is adjustable. It's a cool design of this bike. I like the color they used here. I think it's a good looking bike for a cargo bike, but let me know what y'all think. Loving the fact that we have all-terrain tires. I always think all-terrain is a great option for a cargo bike. We put the optional basket on. If you want to take it off, just unscrew these 4 here. Get a look at our rear front hydraulic disc brakes. They made it easy to replace your hydraulic brake fluid with these here. You can just unscrew the top here, replace your. Closer look at our footstool. Now on the other cargo bike I had, they only had 2 screws. Like this has 4 on each side. But the footstool on the other cargo bike did have a reinforcing steel to go outside of the wood here. But I do think that reinforcing steel sometimes made the bike a little bit unstable because of the weight distribution. Nice wide rear rack. This rear rack is 6 inches wide. We have suspension on a cargo bike. To lock out your suspension, you're going to turn it this way. Let's say you're on a flat surface. If you want to have more suspension, then you turn the gauge that way. Give y'all an idea of the front suspension here. Looks like we have your standard Shimano gear shifter. We have a nice wide handlebar, especially for a bike with 20-inch wheels. This bike handlebar is about 2 feet 5 inches. We're going to go ahead and turn the bike on now. Press and hold the power button. And that turns our colorful display on. So to turn your headlight and rear light on, you quickly click the power button. And then you see our light indicator here. That means that our headlight is on and our rear light is on. Look like we got turning signals. So if I click a direction, turns a turning signal on. Looks like we have a thumb throttle. To engage your thumb throttle, you're going to click this button under the throttle, push that in, and now you can use your throttle. Look at some of the basic items on your display. Look like we have our headlight indicator here. We have our speed calculator, and I'm pretty sure you can change that from miles per hour to kilometers. We have our odometer here, and if you quickly click the set button, you will have more information that appears on your display. So as I quickly click the set button, I can go from my odometer to my trip odometer to how long has the bike been on for. I'm going to now quickly go through some of the advanced settings because it's more straightforward than most. To go into your advanced settings, just press and hold the set button, and then that'll take us to our advanced settings. So look like we have general settings and we have advanced settings. Let's go into our general settings first. I'm gonna click the set button. Look like we can clear our trip time, our trip odometer, change the brightness of our display, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but I will go through some of them. We have our limit speed, so I'm going to click the set button there. So look like the maximum is 25.5. Is that miles per hour? I believe so. I'm going to click set, go down, our wheel size, and now how do we want to calculate our speed? We're going to keep it at miles per hour. Click down, click the set button. Look like we can also change our battery. We're not going to touch that, and we have something called mode. So let's click the set button on that one. So look like we have power mode, normal mode, or eco mode. And I believe that is regarding your pedal assist intensity. Like, is it gonna be real intense when it kicks in and send you flying, or is it gonna be more gradual? We're not gonna exit out of the general settings. Go down, press the set button, and then we're gonna go into some more advanced settings. Never been able to really govern your throttle speed before. That's a cool one. We have assistance max, and this is where you can determine how many pedal assist modes do you want. We're gonna keep that at 5. Now you can charge the battery while it's on the bike. There's a slot here. If you want to remove your battery, you're just going to put the key in, turn it, push that down, and then your battery comes out. So with the all-terrain tires, the turning signals, the adjustable handlebar, the basket that you can put in the front for storage, the rear rack with the footboards that you can use to ride with an adult passenger, the fence that you can put around this to ride with your kids, the rear view mirror, the ability to easily replace your hydraulic brake fluid. I think this is the first time I really felt like an e-bike is trying to replace your car. Like, seriously, right? But we haven't ridden it yet, so we are about to try our different pedal assist modes. Starting with mode 1. See how fast we go in mode 1. Gonna go down a few gears. Okay. It's a little noisy, but okay, switch to gear. All right, riding pretty good though. Let's see where I'm at. 12 miles. Go up the gear. Okay, see these brakes. Oh, great brakes. So 12 miles per hour, mode 1. And we're only going to try mode 1, 3, and 5. So let's switch it to mode 3. And it's interesting because so far, it seems like the pedal assist kicks on immediately. Not sure if y'all saw that. And I know it's all adjustable, but by default, the pedal assist kicks off like that. But once it kicks off, it does take a while to reach your maximum speed, it seems like. So, all right, that's 15, almost 16. Okay, about 15, 16 miles per hour. Mode 3. We're now going to switch it to mode 5. And I've tried to back up a little bit on this strip because although the pedal assist kicks off immediately by default, right, it still takes a while to get to my maximum speed. So hopefully we can reach it, but if not, we'll try it again later. So let's see how fast we go in mode 5. All right. Okay, I was just able to go 21 miles per hour, but it felt like I was still climbing. So we'll try the maximum speed later. So how did off-road feel on the heavy cargo bike?
Not heavy.
Oh, really? It didn't feel heavy? Oh. So, Zora bike, electric cargo bike. What are your thoughts? And I know you don't normally like cargo bikes at all.
I do not.
You like to ride bikes for leisure mainly?
But I will say this cargo bike rides better than the previous cargo bike.
Okay.
And it has some features on there that I think are pretty cool. Like these little...
Oh, you like the rear view mirrors? Yeah, that's kind of cool, right?
I like that the brakes work pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna make you feel like you're gonna fly over the handlebars,
yeah,
but they're good sturdy brakes.
Okay.
I think I would use this bike if I wanted to take it to the grocery store.
Grocery store, okay.
A festival, if I wanted to go to a festival. Or something like that. I tried riding on the back.
What'd you think of riding on the back? And I know, unfortunately, I forgot to put the cushion back there.
Yeah, there wasn't a cushion back there, so I slid on this part. But other than that, it was a good ride.
Really?
It was comfortable.
Did it feel shaky?
No, it did not feel shaky at all.
So you notice how you said you love the brakes?
Yeah.
Those are the fluid for the brakes. You can replace them easily with those two things.
Oh.
So what do you give this bike on a scale from 1 to 10?
I'm going to give this one an 8.5.
8.5.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're about to get our off-road shots in. Going to start out by testing these tires. See just how durable they are since they are all-terrain tires, even though this is not really an all-terrain bike. So I will say, first off, if you have big feet, you might want to hold up your footboard because your foot might hit it, right? Okay, let's do some off-road. Let's go do some gravel first. Okay. I would say definitely performs better than non-all-terrain tires, but it's a little slipping going on. Not much though. Okay, let's try to go off-road here, see what this is like. Oh, hold on. Forgot to unlock my suspension. Let me open up my suspension, and I gotta lay my headlight down because the suspension causes the basket to clank up against my headlight. Let's continue to go off-road here. And I would say that so far the suspension is better than average, but I've had better. But I don't think this is really supposed to be like an off-road, all-terrain type bike. This is a cargo bike, so we are about to test out how this bike performs up a hill. So I'm going to go throttle only, and let's see how much speed we lose going up a hill. And I have the basket on because I wanted to mimic what it's like having extra weight on the bike and how that will affect the speed. And I am in mode 5. Okay, here comes the hill, and it's a pretty steep hill, about 35 degrees hill, and it is a bit windy out here. So, all right, so we are about 22 miles per hour going into the hill. Here comes the hill. 18. 17, 16. Yeah, that's not bad. Looking like I only lost 7 miles per hour going up a hill, a little bit less than 7 miles per hour. That's pretty good. We're now gonna try the maximum speed, throttle only. So I'm not pedaling at all. Let's see how fast we go here. $19. 21. 23. 24. 25. 26. All right, 26. This is pretty fast for a cargo bike. This bike is pretty gradual regarding maximum speed, so I figure we try to max speed pedal assist on a longer strip, you know. So let's see how fast we go here. 21, 23, 24, 25. 27? All right. It looks like around 27 miles per hour, max speed. So that definitely makes this bike the fastest cargo bike that I've ridden on so far. Zora cargo bike, I've never gotten this many features with an e-bike before. I mean, we have foldable footboards if you want to ride with an adult passenger. They also gave us a fence if you want to ride with your kids. You have a removable tray and basket that you can put in the front. You have adjustable handlebars. You got a horn. You got a USB charger. You have the ability to easily replace your hydraulic brake fluid here. You got turning signals, headlight, rear light. You have adjustable suspension in the front and all-terrain tires. Like, you got everything, right? What I like the most about this bike is the versatility. Like, I can take the front tray off, I can take the rear rack off, I can take the footboards off, and then I have a all-terrain bike that goes 27 miles per hour and that has decent battery life. And speaking of the battery life, I went on an 11-mile bike ride, mainly in mode 4, but I also did some throttle only. I did the uphill test, and in that 11 miles I lost 1 out of 5 battery bars. From a cargo bike standpoint, I love the fact that although you have all these things on it, it doesn't feel heavy. It feels very light. Things get clunky with this bike when you add the front tray, which is removable. Because once you put it on, you have to pretty much lock out your suspension or this tray is going to be hitting your headlight. And I also think the handlebar is kind of low. Like, I have it at its highest point here and it's still just 3.6 feet from the ground. From a cargo bike standpoint, I do think this is the best cargo bike that I've reviewed on this channel. It's not perfect, but it's definitely a decent cargo bike. So on a scale from 1 to 10, I would give this bike an 8.5. Comment below what you would give this bike on a scale from 1 to 10. Any other electric vehicle that you want me to review, also comment below. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.